Recording now. Hello everyone, thank you for joining me. This is day one of Winter Expressive Landscapes. We're going to begin now. Hopefully everybody has had the chance to see the image that we're going to be painting. This painting again is taken by a friend of mine, so please do not enter this into a juried show. That would be advisable. If you want to sell it, you can sell it, because he doesn't live around this area, so I don't think he's okay with using it for the workshop. So my only concern is don't use this to enter a competition, because it was given during with guidance, you know what I mean? So to be fair to those who are entering a juried show without any guidance, I would highly recommend you don't enter pieces that you've taken in a workshop into a juried show. Alright, so everybody please mute yourself. I'm gonna pin myself so you can see me. Is that better? So that others will just remain on the sidelines. And if you have any questions, just go ahead and ask, because I'm not going to be able to see your hand raise. Because I'll be busy painting. Alright, so hopefully you have your idea on where you're going to go. After the chalk, we're going to start laying down the paint. We'll do our outline with the paint. So what I did is I made the black. So I have a black here. For those of you who know how to make the black, you know how to make the black. Should I repeat? How about somebody say how to make the black? Anyone? Valerie. Put you on the spot. Okay, how do you make your black? Okay, Eileen.
Burnt umber
And
arisen, I can't say the word.
alizarin crimson, that's okay. Yeah, that's a good.
No. Ultramarine blue, sorry.
Okay, perfect. So
Sorry.
I would, yeah, burnt umber is a good one, but I use burnt sienna, guys. So, but if you have burnt umber, that's a good.
Oh, it is burnt sienna, beg your pardon. It is burnt sienna. I can't see. My glasses are not looking right.
Oh my god. Okay, ultramarine blue, burnt sienna, guys, 50-50, equal amounts, mix them together. You're gonna get a nice black. Once you have that black, you can put it in your palette. It's good to go. If you have a black, you can use that. I just want you to learn how to mix, because the black that you make will be already a great candidate to make greens when you add cadmium yellow. Okay, so again, the formula is ultramarine blue, burnt sienna. You have to have good quality paint, okay? You have to have a professional line. If you don't have professional, you won't get a black, no matter how much you mix perfectly. It's just the way it is, because grade A or professional line has really good quality pigment, good quality colors. If you're using the very basic dollar store or an entry-level painting, such as basics, this one here by oh, actually this is good, but this is still basics. This is say studio, right? This is made in France. I don't mind that at all, actually. Oh, shoot. I just read the back. Okay, it's designed in France, made in China. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I find the quality is just a little bit less than something that's made professionally. So always watch what you're buying. This Liquitex is a good line. Golden is always the best. You can't go wrong with the golden line. Golden, you know. They started acrylics. So, you know, they started acrylics. They must know what they're doing, no? Alright. Okay. So everybody has made their black, I'm hoping. So what we can do now is you can grab a small or any size brush. I'm going to start maybe with a, I don't know what this is, medium. So you can have a 1-inch angle if you like. You can have flat, 1/2. I'm just going to grab anything, really. Doesn't have to be expensive. So this is where I save, right? In acrylics, I just use ordinary brushes that you can get from Michael's. And then I invest in the actual paint. So I'm just using black that I made, and I'm going over my chalk lines. Actually, just doing the outline. I'm using water. So let's start painting, guys. So I'm just using water right now, no medium. Just want to get some idea here of where things are. And just giving it that outline. Am I blocking your screen if I stand up? So now we're just sealing the deal. We're just going in now and establishing. We're actually establishing shadow already and volume. This is really the fun part because it's really fast. Here. This kind of went all the way sort of down here. So this is the rock now that I moved from the corner from here. Okay, that's right in the middle. Just like that. Let's put it up here then. The middle is right here. There, that's where the snow will be. And then we've got that big tree here. Maybe. Maybe some snow happening there, whatever. Can invent later on. Let's maybe have a little bit of snow here. And it goes here. And then there's this. So I kind of, if you're, have an idea of where the rock is going to be, but you can change your mind. Or the snow I made it higher. And then I go, oh, maybe I'll just make it a little bit lower this time because I want to, right? You are the creator of your work. And then they'll all be shadow. So I sent out a newsletter last week and asking people to give me questions that you encounter in your art, and it could be about anything art related, and then I'll try to answer it in my newsletter. So if you have any questions, I've already started compiling a few questions, and then I'll come out this week with a newsletter blog on some of the questions I received. So just keep drawing in your outline. Okay, so let's, for those who are waiting, we can prepare some colors here. Let's get some cobalt blue, ultramarine blue, those two colors. So, ultramarine blue. So right now, no medium yet, it's all just water. And this is cobalt. So cobalt is a really good blue for winter and spring. It is, or if you're doing like, grease, where it's always so nice and blue. That would be a nice color for the sky. Cobalt blue would be recommended. Another really cool blue is phthalo blue, red shade. You have to have the red shade because if you get the green shade, it's not the same. The green shade, when you mix that with yellow, will really give you like really good green colors. While the red shade, if you mix that with yellow, you get a warmer green color, sort of like a hunter green compared to a yellow green. So for this particular painting, we'll just use cobalt blue and ultramarine blue. Okay, thanks very much for being patient. So hopefully your outlines are good. Again, I was discussing about cobalt blue and how that's very good for winter. If you're doing your skies in a winter snow atmosphere, cobalt blue is a suggested color for sky. You can use ultramarine. It's got a little bit of purple to it, so you could use either or. It will give you really cool blues. So also for shadows, I would use cobalt blue with a little bit of purple. Those are really good colors for snow scenes, anything cold. You're doing Alaska, you're doing the mountains that have snow in Alberta, use cobalt blue. Okay, so I have on my palette ultramarine blue here. I have cobalt blue here. Mine's drying now. So with that, when you're finding your acrylics are drying, it's getting old. So you use it up. Use it up as much as you can. If not, it's going to dry out on you. I think I've had this really good. This is my dad's actually, Bobby, 2015. So it is drying, but it does last a long time. This is almost 10 years old. I do have a new one, but I don't want to open that until I finish this. So with those two colors, let's secure some of the shadowings on here. So take a look at your image. The darkest colors, which are somewhere here towards the back, let's mix our blue with a little bit of black. More of the blue than the black. So if you pick up a color, so this is ultramarine blue, a little bit of black, mix the two together, you get a dark blue. We'll still use water, and then let's just block it in. So now we're getting some colors now on the darker blues. Okay, so that's where we'll focus on. If you want it a little bit darker, then add more black, but you gotta have the blues there. So let's just paint a little bit on that and seal the deal. Okay.
As for the background?
Yes, yeah. Still negative shapes, so still all the dark shadowing of the dark trees at the back. Let's add some blue now. We have the black earlier, so now let's add some color. So you can use either cobalt blue, ultramarine blue with a little bit of black. I would, you know, change it up a little bit so you're not just getting one color. Okay? So I'll set my timer to maybe 10 minutes.
Marissa, excuse me. Sorry, are we doing shadows or the tree? I thought you said something about shadows first.
Yeah. These are, if you look at your image, anything that's dark, it could be trees, right? They're in shadow.
Oh, I see. Okay.
They're in trees. So, yeah, if you look at your winter scene, this here, towards the right side, they're all in shadow because they're dark. But it's a tree. So
Okay,
it is a tree and a shadow.
I thought you meant like shadows on the ground.
No. Let's focus on the tree right now. Yeah. Let's focus on trees. Hey Siri,
Marissa,
set timer for 10 minutes.
Marissa, what size brush are you using?
1/2.
Okay, 1/2.
So just water. See, there's this space here. You can add some of that blue. Stop. Sorry, not you guys. Cats are fighting. Hang on. No. Go down. Down. Okay, so we've got some darkness, right? We have some dark areas here. Just bring it there. So this brush of mine is a little larger than 1/2. It's 3/8. So go with a medium-sized brush. If you want to go big, you can go with a 1" too, because we're not adding detail right now. We just want to block in. So this is what I call the block in stage. Quickly. I'm combining cobalt blue with black. I'm combining ultramarine blue with black. Just establishing some dark areas here. I don't think you see that, right? My canvas is actually a wooden panel, and 36 inches, so I don't think you can get to see everything. Don't mind me. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do this, guys, okay? It's just part of my process. Just let things to drip. Making it a little bit crazy. Craziness in it.
It's a little messy right now. That looks a little messy right now,
It's
but
going to be very messy. This is your room when you're gift wrapping gifts.
I'm glad somebody said it was messy because I was looking at mine and I thought, what the heck?
Oh, it's going to be messy. Good. This is how you can really relax. Unless this gives you hyper.
it does.
Well, it's like
This is not me.
This is not you, right?
No.
Like you're organized painter.
Yeah.
Yeah. And let that dry a little bit. Okay. So I like the drip, so I'm just letting things drip. You don't have to do that. It's just me. I actually don't do this in plein air, but in acrylics I like to do this. Okay, we'll wait for that to dry. If you're blow drying, make sure you have your mute on, because you can blow dry so that it dries a little bit. Okay, so let's just block in some snow, and again we'll just go with water right now. We're gonna intensify later on. So let's get some white. Yeah, not too much. We're just using and we're diluting it with water, so it'll go a long way. Let's put a little bit of ultramarine to the white. So
Yeah.
a little blurry. Okay, so I put some white here, right? So there's a little bit of white, and then I'm going to mix that with, let's take another clean brush, mix that with ultramarine, just a little bit, just mix the two together so it's not white, not all white. You can add a little bit more ultramarine. So sort of like a blue-white mix. Try not to mix with your brush, like what I did. Try to add more. So let's go with baby blue. So baby blue. It's a nice half teaspoon. Oh my god. Okay. That was just my timer so that I can move this OBS around. Okay. So with just water, let's put in where you see snow. So wherever you see snow, let's put in, we'll block it in, we'll establish that high contrast of white and dark, and just put that where you see it needs it. Just use your, use more water, so it's just very transparent, almost very transparent. If you want to see your outline, that's okay. It might be easier that way, so. Okay. Use more water than anything because it's going to be very white too soon, right? Make sure you dilute your white with water. So here, for those in Ontario, at the McMichael Gallery in Kleinburg, there is an exhibition on Tom Thompson right now, and it is, in my personal view, the best. They've combined paintings of his plein air with his studio work, and they got paintings from the AGO, from the Tom Thompson Gallery in Owen Sound, and from the National Gallery in Ottawa. Really, really well done. It ends this week. I don't know if you've seen it. Has anyone gone? No.
I actually went twice.
Is that
just
Elizabeth?
because it is Elizabeth. Sorry, I should have told you
Yeah.
that. So I went to see Dominique Modolinsky.
Oh,
He
yeah.
had a plein air talk there.
Oh, yes.
So then I quickly did the Tom Thompson exhibit when I went that day.
Nice.
And then I went back another time and just kind of took my time to go through. And it really is, as you say, it's a fabulous exhibition if you could get there. If anybody is part of any art group, art association, you get in for free there.
Did they ask for ID?
I made a big mistake, and I didn't realize that I am a member of Oshawa Art Association because of my mom, and I didn't actually realize that. So I did buy a membership, and yes, I definitely would have had to show ID if I had been going in on a membership. Yeah. And they have a great little restaurant there now, and make a day of it.
Yes, make a day of it. Expensive though, the restaurant. We went to the restaurant too, and nice. It's always nice. Expensive.
It is
But I
expensive.
think every restaurant now is expensive.
Yeah.
So,
You're not getting value anymore.
Marissa, when you came back in, did you start to record again?
yes.
Okay.
Thank you
Great.
for reminding. Yes, so I am recording. So this is just snow, right? Okay. So now let's put in with more cobalt blue and white and water. Cobalt blue, white, and water. You can see me, if you're looking at the screen, you can see me make a wash there. That's going to go down here. Just establish some frozen spots with shadow there on the ice on the pond. Just establish that right there. Again, this is just water, so it's just going to be very, very transparent. And then if you want, you can change the value a little bit and add more water, add more white. In here. Too strong, too strong, too strong. And just lightly go back and forth. Brush strokes are just back and forth. Establish the ice.
Right.
Okay, let's take a look at that and take a picture. Good. It's looking good. Right, Mary? Everything is looking good right now. You have to think positive. Everything is looking good. It's coming together. Yeah, you know what, Elizabeth? I mean, like, I belong to so many art groups. I mean, Society of Canadian Artists, but we don't have ID cards or anything like that. So we just paid full price. Actually, I got senior, so I was quite happy about that.
My nephew was married this past summer at the McMichael.
Oh,
And we ended up being able to walk through the galleries as well.
Oh. Oh, that's nice.
It was beautiful. It was absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, and the exhibit, like this, when did he get married?
It was the end of June.
Okay, so I don't know what was showing there, but it's always good because they have the group of 7 permanent collection there,
For sure,
right?
for sure.
So yeah. Okay. I want to cover a little bit of the red up here, so I'm just gonna bring in some of my blue, black, and just block it in very quickly. Black with a little bit of blue on some areas. I want to keep the red peek through. As you know, it's again my my way of harmonizing the whole painting when you can see some of the red peek right through the blue. So still the three colors with a little bit of white. And just establishing that. That's beautiful colors. We can add different kinds of blues still. Lots more to come. I know, some of you are going, what? I've seen your work. I know this will all come together. So don't judge it too soon. It's only the beginning of fun. Fun stuff.
Marissa, what color are you using right now?
I'm just going with cobalt blue. Just adding here and there. Nothing crazy. So I decided, oh, I forgot to put my rock. So my rock is black. Just put it there. I put my rock here. And you can just keep that there. Still seeing some dark outlines. Let's put some snow here. This is what we call blocking it. Very quickly. Okay, I'm gonna wait for you. I think some of you are still working away.
Marissa,
Marion,
yes. Why am I seeing other people instead of you most of the time?
all the time? Maybe.
Not all the time, but certainly quite a bit of it, 50-50.
Okay.
What?
Click
Is
on.
anybody else?
Yes.
Click,
Oh, okay.
so
Okay.
click on my name. Click on my picture, and
Okay.
then you on the right side you'll see 3 dots,
Okay.
and I think from there you can just pin me.
Oh,
Pin me.
maybe I'm going to mess it up, so we'll just leave as is.
You know, why not just unmute yourself? Because when you're speaking or any noise comes from your studio, you come on the screen if you're not muted. So perhaps
Okay.
you're muting.
And
Okay.
and I'm
well,
pinned.
I was unmuted.
I'm pinned as well, so you should be able to just see me. Yeah, make sure you also are on perhaps speaker view rather than gallery. Okay, we ready?
Right.
This is the dark side of the moon right here, right? Okay, so let's start to brighten up now. How is your black doing? Do you need to make more?
Yeah.
Okay.
I need to make more.
So let's make more. Ultramarine blue, burnt sienna. Let's make more. And then okay, so let's go ahead and make some more here. Alright, so I just added some blue, ultramarine blue there. I'm adding more burnt sienna. And I'll mix the two together. So you can have a nice dark color. Black. If it's more yellow, more brown, then just add more blue to make it black. Okay. And ultramarine blue. It's looking black. If you don't have professional quality, it's not gonna look black. It may look brown. So if you're using a very basic color set, just use your black rather than mixing. Alright, now I've got a good base here. I'd like to add a little bit of gel to that. In your supply list, you have regular gel. I'd get the gloss finish because it's very transparent. If you get the matte, it's translucent. So you'll still see the color, but it's like it's got a veil to it. So I like the gloss.
Yeah, that's right.
Much better. Oof. Okay. I'll wipe my knife there. So I want to double the amount, so I'm just gonna get the same amount of gel to the medium to the color. Don't go over. Mix the two together, and then you'll have more. I want to have more black because we're gonna make gray, we're gonna make green, so I want double. So if you're using ordinary paint, the gel will just change the color of your paint. So now we got a nice...
Marissa, can I just ask, is it gloss gel?
Yes.
That's what we're using, gloss gel? Okay.
Yep.
Gloss gel.
Okay, so now we have a nice amount here. Let's split that and let's push it on one side. And let's grab cadmium yellow. If you have deep, it's okay. If you have medium, it's also okay. Same amount. We're now going to have a nice green. Nice yellow green. Put too much yellow. What did that happens? I'm going to use this. So painting's like cooking, no?
Yeah, it is.
It is like cooking because it's like
It is.
I'll add a little bit of that and then I'll add a little bit of this. And hope to God it tastes good, right? Okay, so now we got a yellow-green. Let's split that. Let's put it on the side. Let's add cobalt blue to this. There's my cobalt blue. Let's blue it up. Let's pull this down. That's a song. And it takes a while to get it to go. I want this a little bit cooler. I think I'll add more. Cobalt blue. So you got different shades. So you got a yellow green, you got a blue green. So it doesn't translate on the camera because I have fluorescent lights in my studio, so it's gonna be a little bit glary. I can show you my green. I'll take a picture of it.
Would you call that more a ochre green?
Yes.
Okay.
Not a hooky.
Ochre green. Okay.
No, we're talking hooker's green.
Okay. All right. You know what I'm talking.
Yes, but it looks dark, right, in the camera. It's more hooker's green, and I think everybody who has bought a sweater in the 90s, you know what hooker's green is. Hunter's green, there you go, that's another way. This is more yellow green. So I can send that to you, and it will give you a clear idea.
There's mud.
It looks really dark, right? But it's actually a nice green. Alright, so what else?
Doesn't like it. It pinches. Yeah. A nice green.
I can see it. Can you see that?
Yep.
Yeah, so this camera is a little bit, doesn't have the glare. So that's kind of where I'm going. But when I put it down on my palette, it looks dark. Okay, so I got hooker's green, a yellow green, a black. We can start working on some trees. I'm gonna have some ultramarine blue and let's do an ultramarine blue with alizarin crimson. Or quinacridone magenta. I'm pulling quinacridone magenta. It's my new favorite color, so there. Quinacridone magenta. This is Triart. Triart's a good company as well. It's out of Kingston. It is high quality Canadian paint. So I want to make a purple. If you have purple, you can also use that. Let's make a purple here. So actually I made a violet, okay? because the combination of those two colors make violet. And then when you add a little bit of white to it, then you can increase the value to make it a purple. Okay, and if you want to see this screen here, that's the colors, you see? Here. Oops. Here. There's my purple and my violet. Okie dokie. So now, no more water. Now we're going to intensify. So you can either use a medium, you can use matte medium, you can use a polymer, you can use glazing liquid, which is what I would use. You could use a retarder.
Retarder.
A slow medium? Slow drying?
So in your supply list, this is what I recommended. Acrylic, glazing, liquid, and gloss. Okay, so what it is used really primarily is to glaze, but it could also be used to apply color. Another alternative to that is you could use polymer from Triart. They call it polymer medium. All the brands have their own way of promoting their own products. Golden also uses GAC 100. They all do the same thing. So what it does is it allows you to apply your paint, and it'll intensify the paint on your canvas because it's going to dry on your canvas, not evaporate. You don't, water evaporates, and that's why you're finding your painting looking very much like a watercolor if you're using water. Okay, and let's paint. Okay, so palette. So I put my glazing liquid or polymer here on the side. So when you're picking up your paint, make sure your brush is not dripping wet. You know, make sure you're taking out the excess water. And then if you get paint, you can just get a little bit of this at the same time. So you can get a little bit, and then you get your paint, not too much. If not, it's going to be slip slidey, and you're not going to get it to your canvas. So on here, at the very end here, it's very dark right now. I want to put my purples there. So I'm going to bring in some purples. I'm going to mix in some light purples too. Just going to apply. I changed my brush to a newer brush since I'm at home. This is a little bit bigger than 1/2. 3/8. Can you see that? Yeah. Okay, I don't like this like that, so I have to go. I want that darker. I get all excited, you know? I want that to be darker. And then maybe at the top would be a little bit of the brighter purples. Maybe. So strokes are just going down. Nothing too crazy.
I can't see what colors you're using.
This is purple.
Yeah, but what were you using there? I thought you were using the green.
No, I'm using purple right now.
Okay, so did you lighten the purple?
Yeah, so I added a little bit of white to it
Oh,
so that I can get some whiter spots up here.
okay.
So this is the purple at the bottom, and then towards the top is more of the lilac.
Marissa, I don't have that part on my canvas because I'm doing a square. So is there any other parts that I would use that purple?
Maybe you can make it later when we start doing some other shadows.
Okay.
Yeah, because it might dry if you make it now. Okay, I'm just dilly-dallying there. Okay, let's add some of the blue-green. So this is the blue-green. I want to add a little bit of dark to that. So I'm adding a little bit of the black, a little bit of the medium. Let's start over here. So you can see from your photograph what I'm trying to apply. So this is the first tree closer to the background, right? I mean closer to the viewer. Purple just remains there. So for you, Eileen, you can start with your hunter green. And I'm just adding some dark, combining some dark. So we're gonna work from right to left. So that we'll do sort of like a tree at a time. I think most of you have this tree, right? Hopefully you do, because that's the end of the pond, right? So it goes here, goes to a focal point area there. Okay, then let's have some ultramarine blue. Let's get some ultramarine blue here. Okay, same green, hunter's green with a little ultramarine blue. Change it up a little bit. A little bit of the glazing liquid. Let's do that next tree. There could be so many trees here, right, Eileen? Because you actually drew it all. So now this one has a little more ultramarine blue so that it will be different from the first green that we put in. Getting some of the yellow green, mixing it with the hunter's green. Okay, Sharon, make sure you're muted. And we got some darkness again, so hunter green plus the blue behind here. So now you're because you're not using water anymore, things are applying more thicker and you're getting more intensity to your pick. Okay, let's keep it dark. Just watch what you're doing and then look up occasionally to me, but watch your tree line.
Excuse me.
So if you decide, if you have more than the tree that's on the picture, what do? You just keep it there. The forest has lots of trees. Okay, keep it dark. So it's always dark at the bottom because the sun or the available light from the sky doesn't get through. So try to keep the bottom parts of your trees darker. And this is the first go, so don't think that you can't go back, because we will have lots more layering to do. Okay. Now we have this area here. Let's change it up again. Let's let's do just the hunter green by itself, so that they're not all the same colors. Let's just do the hunter green by itself. Use your glazing liquid to move it around. Move it. Paint around. So we're developing stuff. Okay. And let's go hunter green with blue again. Just because. Maybe a little bit taller. Let's have some fun here. Hey, I sound like Bob Ross. Let's have some fun. Let's add some Happy Mountains. I like Bob Ross. Okay, so what I did, which you probably haven't noticed, is I added quinacridone magenta here. So add any cool red that you have. So don't use cadmium because cadmium is warm. So I would go with the cool, which is alizarin crimson or any magenta or quinacridone red. Okay, so just don't use cadmium. And then what you're going to do is you're going to get a little bit of the light yellow green, put it beside it, add a little bit of that red, maybe add a little bit more of that. No, just play with the color. So you're going to get some sort of like a greenish green with a little bit of red tint, so it neutralizes it, and then you can add that here. Okay, hang on. Just some variation, right? So you want to have other colors in there. It's not, it's all going to be very monochromatic and probably not as interesting. So I'm applying my colors very, very fast, very loose. So there's hardly any blending here, no blending. A little bit there. So this one here is gonna be like I'm just gonna give it an idea here.
Marissa, it's Alla. Hi.
Hi, Alla.
Hi. Can you speak a little bit more? Because when your voice comes on, at least your painting shows up. Otherwise, there's other people's, we can't see you.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't think
I think it's maybe on your Zoom. Click on your view. So it's on the right side.
Yeah, I've got the view.
And then make sure you go with I guess you're going with speaker, right?
I'm going with the speaker.
Okay.
But I see other people, like for example,
Yeah.
Florence comes up quite a bit, but I don't think she's muted. Because she'll pop up quite a bit.
Who?
Florence.
Oh.
What about me?
You keep popping up. You're full screen right now.
Oh, what I see on my screen is all of you plus Marissa.
Oh.
Well, what I see right now is all of you.
Okay, I'm gonna mute you, Florence.
You're going to mute me?
Yeah. In a good way, okay? I am pinned, so I'm wondering. Anyway, I'll mute you, Florence, okay? And can everybody see my canvas? Everybody can see that? Yep. All right. I see Alice giving me a thumbs up. All right. So we're going okay, right? We're good. We're not in the panic zone. Not yet time to panic. It's all good. Okay, so let's continue. This is another dark area here, right? Where that other small dead tree protrudes up. So let's make sure this is dark. So maybe a black with perhaps a black with the blue. How's that? Black with the blue. Let's make sure this area is dark here. Just make sure it's dark. So blue I'm using is cobalt blue. And then I'm just using that white thing that we made earlier with the baby blue. I'm just giving it a little bit of an indication there that there's that dead tree that connects to this area here, which is our snow patch away from the island. Good. It's looking good. It's looking good. Looking good. Okay, so let's darken over here again. So let's go black with a little bit of cobalt blue. Just over here, we're moving. My goal right now is to get you through from here all the way there before we stop. If you don't finish, that would be your assignment. But let's try and work. It's not quite 12 yet. So this is the black with cobalt blue right here, just keeping it dark. Don't do any fancy detail yet. We're not ready for that. Just focus on shape and color right now without detail. Okay, so there's a big tree behind there, so let's pretend, let's get green and blue, just so that we have variety here. Okay, a little green and blue. Okay, don't use water anymore. This is not a watercolor painting. It's acrylic. Okay. Alright, now let's bring in some Hunter's Green on this big tree here. Let's go Hunter's Green right now. So let's just go crazy with this big tree. So like that. Let's just go Hunter's Green. Maybe a little black. The arms are extending out and up and everywhere. This tree is kind of like a fun tree. Alright. So you may say, oh, you know, it's in the middle. It's okay. Really and truly, we will, it is there, and it is sort of in the middle, but it'll work. Okay, again, make sure at the bottom it's darker than at the top, so I added black to that Hunter's Green. And then we move to left, this is a dark blue again. Let's go cobalt blue with black. Let's bring that in here. Cobalt blue, black. Dark forest back there. Cobalt blue. Let's just go all the way to the top there. Some people had to leave now. This one's a different color that we made, or that I made. So that's the red. Pull out the red. And then I combine that with the hunter's green, the medium shade green. Gives you a really different color. I'm just putting that over here, just so that we have some variety. Brush, you know, forest has all the different colors and textures. Okay, let's go back to blue. Put it right here. Almost there. Alright, so what's gonna happen now? We're almost there, we're almost there. So here, let's bring in some green again, like at the top here. This is just the hunter's green. Just surround that big tree with hunter's green. First block, second block in actually, right? Alright, okay, yeah, alright. Okay. And I don't know, okay, this is where we can put in some black and a little bit of purple. This is where Eileen may have to pull out some dioxazine purple. It's just, this is dark. Up there. Okay. So this one here, that is purple with black. If you want, you can just keep it black and add the purple later. Secure that spot there. Yeah, alright. We're almost to the end. Lovely, lovely, lovely. You're all doing well. Okay. So now maybe green with again that red mixture. just put it right here. And then at the edge here, let's go with ultramarine. Okay, not ultramarine. Yellow green and a little bit of the hunter's green. I missed a spot here, so I'm going back and bringing some darks. And then here, it's just then a dark area, so that is blue with a little bit of black. Blue with a little bit of black right there. It's the building blocks of our forest. Don't put your little trees yet. And wait, delayed gratification. Wait. And that's kind of like the second block. Nice. I'm quite happy with this. Okay, a little bit of pink. So this one is just my quinacridone magenta with a little bit of the white that we did for the snow, a little bit. Mixing it into really a nice puddle. It's kind of dirty, you know? It's a dirty combination, but it works. So that's what I'll put to this big tree here. That goes all the way to this rock. Just give it some structure. I'd like to put some of that pink and green into the tufts. There's some pink and green here. I'd like to put that here. Just in some areas with the snow.
Sorry, what is that color mix again, Marissa?
My quinacridone magenta and the light green.
Okay, light green, thank you.
Yeah. Just pulling from different areas here, just adding some contrast. That's gonna be like the moss. You know how there's like the mossy ground on top of the rocks. It's gonna Give you that illusion, peeking through the snow. Okay, so I don't know where you are. It's almost 12. You probably need to change your water. Okay, so maybe walk around a little bit. I would change your water and move around. The objective is to go all the way to the end, okay? So that is the objective today. Change your water and then come back. Everybody back? Got your clean water? Prolonging the water dirt? Okay. So what I made right now in my palette, this is the last thing I'll probably do today. Okay, so I brought in some yellow ochre. Okay, yellow ochre here. And then I mixed it with a little bit of burnt sienna and a touch of the red to make a cool brown. So in terms of perspective,
Could you repeat that, please? Yellow ochre.
yellow ochre, a little bit of burnt sienna, and a little bit of your red. The red that you had there. I don't know if you used alizarin crimson or a magenta. Don't pull any other color. Just keep it simple.
Okay.
Make that mix. It's gonna look like a cool brown. Let's see here if I can show it to you here. Ooh. There.
Where's the other?
So any cool brown, we're gonna do the leaves at the back there, you know, on the right. You probably don't need that, Eileen, because you don't have those distant trees. But you will use that on top of the moss. So don't worry if you have that. You will use it. Okay, so if you look at the screen, you will use that here too.
Okay.
Okay? But for everybody who is doing it the long way, we will put it up here. See the trees there in the distance? We'll plaster that there, so that if you don't have that in your canvas, then don't worry about it. You can add it on to some of this here. And since we just did that now, you can actually add it here too. You know, in the snow tufts right here. Don't make the grasses yet, but you can just sort of keep it grounded there. So I'm getting a fresh brush. I'm just gonna go in here, and the structure of the brush strokes is just downward dog. To do the yoga, downward dog here. We can tone that down later on, but that's kind of where that is. Very, very sporadic. You can use that mixture as well here. You can use that mixture here. Just block it in. Here. Oh, I went too high. Here. Maybe here. We're just harmonizing all the colors up there. We'll harmonize down here too. Let's just put areas where it could probably be. Okay. Everybody still have black or something? Black. Let's add a little white to that. A little bit of gray. Okay, what's gonna happen now is we're going to put some branches here. Just a few lines there. Eileen, you're not doing that part, so you don't need to worry. Things are good. So I'm just indicating some trees. Distance trees here. If it's coming too high or too thick, it's okay because we'll trim that down. There's this big one here. There. Something here. Let's just invent that. Super dark. Let's bring in some light, some blue and cobalt and cobalt blue and white. Just cobalt blue here. Not too much. I just want to block in all the elements here, but it's not final, so don't think it has to be perfect. It's not going to be perfect right now, but I just want to block in the sky. So I'm grabbing some cobalt blue with the white that we just made. Let's see here if I can fast. Like an influencer. See here. Here's the foundation. Okay. That was the blue that we made earlier. I added more cobalt blue, so I have some cobalt blue here. Here is my glazing liquid. So I just want to fill in the blanks now. I'm just going to go in here and quickly just do a little bit of the sky. It's not going to be perfect, but just wanted to do that as a block in for now. Trust me, it's looking like, what is she doing? Just a little bit of that. So now, because we added that white area, you can now see where you need to lighten. You can now see that, okay, one more pass with the forest of color to build this up, and then you can go back to the sky again. So the objective right now, because we put in the sky, now the contrast is so identifiable. Now we can do a little bit more highlights on areas. So if you look at your picture here, it's gonna be dark, but you can still enhance the color, bring it up. Don't mix your green with white, because that's just gonna make it chalky and not alive. If you want to lighten your greens, mix it with yellow. Okay, so what you can do now is start building again. Go ahead and build your forest get it higher. If you look at your image, it's darker here. It gets a little lighter here and here and all the way here, because the sky is hitting there, casting shadow to the pond, right? So over here, if you keep it dark, even though you're adding more color, it will still appear really good in terms of the composition. So perhaps at this point, okay, let me determine the assignment. Okay, assignment. You have to go back again, and now you can add more lighter colors to what we just did. Acrylic dries darker, so you need to go back in again with the next layer. That's the assignment. Don't do anything down here. Just make sure you're happy with your forest. I'd like to see what you've done so far, so if I can maybe take a look at what you've done so far, that would be great. I'm gonna stop recording now, and I'll just see what you've done. So I'll unpin myself so I could go into the gallery, and I'm gonna stop recording.